I'm just playing with the settings here, Jonathan. I'm just trying to get the perfect settings.
So am I.
So am I. The official SB Spirit Box app is a new design in ITC technology with the input of real paranormal researchers and investigators who are looking into spirit communication with many traceable years of experience. I had a quick chat with our team developer and researcher Jonathan Garaway about the app and how Spirit use it.
There's 4 banks within the app. Each bank, one bank's got nearly 3,000 files. The other's 1,500. It's about 8,000 in total, individual files. The banks themselves, the audio files are split into tiny fragments and reversed by Ryan himself. Yes, they are. One thing I've noticed with audio mobile devices like phones and tablets, you can hear that when they start to manipulate the files, you'll hear that constant flow of audio, and then all of a sudden it will start to interrupt. It will speed up, it will slow down. It's where they're interacting and changing it to suit their needs. The Echo adds and helps them, because obviously it gives them a much more longer audio range of that content that's being played at that particular time, which is more useful to them, because it's then creating layers of audio. So as one audio sound has been played, and another one, and then another one, and it's building up layers which they can use. Yeah. Briefly, the EMF level in there is for interaction, so that the user can actually see when something is close to the device and activating it. Definitely, the most that I've currently been able to put in sound banks in any app is 28,000 files. So it is possible to do it.
To get more.
It's just the actual engines of the clock itself that, which basically are running the choosing software, which is running at random itself. So if you imagine the bank with nearly 3,000 files, and that clock has been told to, with the file system, pick a random segment out of 3,000. So it's highly random, it's not going to be anything.
That's excellent as well, because what it's doing is it's picking at random. It's a full randomness. It's a random sound generator basically.
Yeah.
And Spirit somehow managed to come in there and rearrange these audio files to manipulate, to give us sentences and phrases and things that are coherent to the location. So is that what they're doing? They're basically, just like the random number generators that were used in America, they noticed that consciousness could affect the numbers on a random number generator depending on the emotional state. So for instance, 9/11, they noticed a big peak just before 9/11 happened, and just after, and it was like consciousness knew at a deep level, and they were able to manipulate to show, that there's something was going to, it basically took some order out of chaos. And is that what's happening with that? It's order out of chaos, and they're communicating through those audio files like a sound box.
That's correct. That's correct. What we have to realise as well, and one thing I've discovered through communications with them and my research in mobile apps, is we see things in a relative terms. We have a phone in front of us, we have a tablet in front of us, and etc., whatever you're using. But they don't. They see it as if in X-ray vision, because it's not solid to them.
Yeah.
Then they can see the energy running through circuits, they can see. And when it comes to sound banks, one way that it was explained to me by them is if you use something like audio detection software, like for songs and tracks, just to try and get what you're playing, it's because there's a digital blueprint of every track and every song, they can also pick these up. So they know what's coming. They can see it being chosen. They know it's coming, and they can then manipulate it themselves in that way. They can choose what they want to come out next.
I mean, the first time that I used apps, I used Echovox by Danny Bigbeard. And my first impression, I've been a paranormal investigator for a long time, and my first impression was, how could an app possibly communicate with spirit? I was like, this has got to be, you heard things like ghost radars and things like that. I thought, this must just be some sort of toy app or fun thing that can be used. But I went to Macduff's Castle, I used Echovox, and I got a female spirit that come through, Glaswegian accent, saying Glasgow, in sound banks that were created by Danny Bigbeard, which were playing, was it Edgar Allan Poe type audio files and things, and he says there's nothing in there that's Scottish.
Jim, do you hang about this area? Hello? Glasgow.
I mean, I know it's a hard one for the general public to say. How could they possibly be spirit, using these and using an app or a phone or a spirit box? But it's very simple, and there's data out there already about consciousness affecting electronics. And for a long time, spirit have been able to affect lights, turn things on and off, turn your TV volume up and down, and there's no difference, is there, really?
No, there's no difference at all. Spirit are more capable than we know. They can actually do things more than we know. They're controlled like us. They got their own law systems. They got their own codes to follow, which they have to abide by. And yes, they can do anything. What got me into making apps was a EVP recording, and I noticed that every time I replayed this EVP to hear what I was saying, I was hearing something different every time, and I couldn't work out what was going on. I thought, why am I hearing a different message from the same EVP I'm replaying time and time again? And then that made me realise that they were interacting with that recording and changing it to suit their needs, to get their message across. And then that's when I realised, well, this is a digital recorder that's recorded a digital blueprint of audio, and apps and mobile phones will do the same.
So you've developed the SP app, it's finished, it's, obviously it'll be developed over time, you'll probably find things that you want to add or sort or things on there, but basically it's done, it's ready to use, but it already communicating through it, because we've seen that over live between ourselves and at Mary King's Close. So that's ready to go out. Are you working on anything else just now?
I am at present. I'm now and currently in developing a second app for Scottish Paranormal. At this moment in time, it's the idea of the app is to help the users within those that follow us, which we're very grateful for. We're grateful for your support. But it's just to help you. I can't give too much out at the moment because it's still in development mode. But they'll look out for future announcements. But it will be for our followers.
That's excellent. And that one, I think that one could go out free to people. They'll be able to use that because it's going to be for their benefit. But there'll also be, without saying too much, there'll also be things in there that will, they can get deeper. They can go deeper into everything, and it should be quite an exciting thing. That's excellent. That's brilliant. So it's excellent speaking to you, Jonathan. We're just going to keep pushing forward, onwards and upwards. We've got so many ideas. Obviously, with the SB app, we're going to work with that. You've got the 3D printer there now. We're looking at other development ideas on there as well. It's just all go. It's just all development, all invention, and see where we can go next. And we'll keep everybody updated on the channel, the page, and all our places online.
Oh, definitely.
Connected to Jonathan, is there anything you'd like to tell us?
connected to Jonathan. Is there anything you'd like to tell us? Anne, that's my validation. Okay, thank you, Anne. Anne, that's my validation. Okay, thank you, Anne. I'm just playing with the sentence here, Jonathan. I'm just trying to get the perfect sentence.
So am I.
So am I. I'm just playing with the sentence here, Jonathan. I'm just trying to get the perfect sentence.
So am I.
So am I.